But the richest man in the world, Mr. Jeff Bezos, or is he the second richest because Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos keep going up and down? So either first or second richest man in the world, Mr. Jeff Bezos says, personal brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. And in today's world, because our processes are shifting digitally, our jobs are shifting digitally, how teams are interacting with each other, it is shifting digitally. Most of the engineers who are going to be watching this, they're all going to be working most probably in remote teams. They're going to be collaborating with so many people. So around us in today's technological times, we live in the world of scrolling. And when you live in the world of scrolling, the attention span of millennials, me included, and people of our generation, in fact, our industry is very short, 4 to 5 seconds if you are lucky. So, what does it take to make an impact at a recruiter, at a corporate organization, or an investor, even if you want to have your own startup? What does it take to make yourself memorable to them? That is personal branding. That is what it is to have a strong and sustainable personal brand. And the beginning of the journey towards creating this personal brand starts when you are in the college itself. I remember because I was an intern with CI Live project. And the first thing that my team leader told me when I joined was, Shubhra, start creating your personal brand. I was a doctor at that time. मैं पेशेंट देख के आई थी and I was wondering ये personal brand क्या होता है. That is the time when I was thinking of getting my MBA and getting into corporate. But believe me, that advice paid back full time. And that is why, to all the students who are watching this, even who are in high school, this is the time to start creating your personal brands. Opportunities, jobs, and startups, they will come and go. But your personal brand is something that will stay with you throughout. So it is extremely important, specifically in today's scrolling times, to work hard and strategically towards creating a sustainable personal brand. That is an amazing question. And I feel that personal branding has incorporated itself into every aspect of the recruitment process. So personal branding alone will not ensure that you get a shortlist, because that is not practical in itself. You do require the specific technical skills that are required. वहाँ पे जाके हम अपना brand दिखा के नहीं बोल सकते हैं that you shortlist us. But in a world where all of the people are having the same technical skills, all of the people are having similar GPAs, and all of them are equally capable, what separates you from the crowd? How do you ensure that the recruiter remembers you or the corporate organization remembers you? This is where personal branding comes in place. And I get a lot of students, especially from engineers or MBA students, who say that we are freshers, we don't have work ex. See, WorkX, it's not just a job that you do. It could be a project that you are doing. It could be a live project. It could be an internship. There are so many startups that are coming up in today's world. There are so many organizations. When I was, when I shifted my career from MBBS to corporate and MBA, at that time, I did not have the relevant work experience that I needed. So I did a lot of phases with CEI Live project, which enabled me to solve end-to-end business problems. And at the same time, it enabled me to work towards my country's growth, because I got to help the most disenfranchised sections of the society. And that gave me a pride which I don't think I experienced somewhere else. So again, to all the students who are out there, it's great to be a fresher. I wish I was a fresher all over again. You know why? Because you have something that is most valuable. You have time. You have time to discover what you are good at, what you are passionate about. You have time to try out so many different things. So do not waste your time on Netflix and Amazon right now. Take up as many live projects as you can. Take up 2, 3, 4 internships. You can approach startups and tell them, I want to help you in this. I will work pro bono. I just want the experience. The more projects you are doing, the more live projects you're taking up, the more internships that you are doing with different organizations, the more you're contributing towards your country's nation building, the more you will have your experience. And I'll tell you another thing. The more projects that you do, it will show in the way you are talking during your recruitment interview. A fresher who hasn't done much, when they express their thoughts, when they talk to somebody, when they're talking to their HRs, the way they are, because I've been on the other side as well. So the way they talk to an HR, the way they are expressing their thoughts, you can tell whether they have had that relevant experience. But at the same time, if a fresher is doing as many projects as he can, getting his hands into as many things as he can, then it will show in the way you are communicating with the other person as well. And it is wonderful for corporate exposure. And who knows, you might meet your future co-founder of a unicorn $1 billion startup when you are taking up these projects. So talk to as many people, do as many projects, and take up as many initiatives as you can. That is the advice I would like to give freshers. And this is the biggest opportunity, or this is the biggest sixer that we can throw into that interview, because tell us about yourself is whatever you want it to be. So obviously it will differ from person to person, the kind of experience that they have, but this is an opportunity to, number one, draw the recruiter in, because they are taking hundreds of interviews every day, right? तो अगर आप वही सेम घिसी-पिटी स्टोरी बताएंगे तो वो बोर हो जाएंगे. That same story that I did my schooling from this city, I did got this much in my 10th, then I took maths, or I took not bio, I took maths for our techies. And after taking maths, I got this much in my 12th, and then I did my engineering from this college. These are the kind of projects that I have done. So this is the same kind of narrative that they have heard again and again. So, when people say that, tell me something about yourself, you have to put your story into a structure. So, what is this structure? I will give you the basic bones of the structure. Jaise ki you have, branches of a tree, and then you can hang your different experiences, or your different parts of your narrative on the branches of that tree. So firstly, it has to have 4 key components when you say, tell me something about yourself. First is, obviously, you have to portray your skills, right? What you are good at. And those skills should be in alignment to what the job requires, what the job description is. If the job requirement is of coding, and I say that, I'm a wonderful dancer, they will not select me. So your skills have to be in alignment with the job requirement. Second is narrative. If you have a notebook and a pen, write this down. This will be very helpful for your job interviews. Second is narrative. How do you tell this? Are you just rattling them off in the form of a bullet point list? That will not engage the recruiter. So when you start, you can say that, my profile is a little different. Or even if you feel my profile is conventional, my story is a little different. Let me tell you about my story. And then you start with your narrative. So number second is narrative. Number third is what you have overcome. You need to have 1 or 2 hooks of some difficulty that you face, that you have overcome, because it shows to the recruiter that you have the power of resilience. And number 4, the defining moment. And what do I call the defining moment? It depends on the kind of job that you are applying for. If it is a tech kind of job, then you have to talk about the experience that you have had working in different kinds of tech projects. If it is more in the artistic field, or if it is more in marketing or branding or any kind of entrepreneurial event, so then talk about that. So the fourth one, that is the defining moment, can be molded according to the job description. So make sure that you have a framework on which you base the question of tell me about yourself, because you want to project the most attractive and the most enticing version of yourself to the recruiter. Answer to that question is that there is no perfect answer. Many people ask me this question, why should we hire you? And they think मैं एक जादू की छड़ी दूँ, that this is the answer. You tell this to the recruiter, next day you are at Google. That's not true, because a lot of groundwork goes into why should we hire you. And in this question, the amount of effort that you put into researching your company also goes. For example, if you are sitting for an interview of Google, or maybe let's take Samsung. If you're sitting for an interview of Samsung and you have done in-depth research into the kind of projects that they're working at, then you can talk about that, you should be hiring me because I am truly passionate about these kind of coding activities. I'm a true team player, and these are the projects that I have done, which are very similar to ABC projects that are currently running in ABC departments of Samsung. That is the depth of research that you have to do. So now coming to the meaty part of the question, how do you do this research? Because why should we hire you can go either ways, right? Why should we hire you? Because I need a job, because my placement is going on, because all my friends got placed. We can't answer our questions like that. So the more you do research into the company, the more you know about the projects that they are running, the more you know about their annual report. A company annual report is a public access document. It is found on their websites as well. It talks about their portfolio. It talks about their upcoming acquisitions as well. It talks about a lot of businesses that they're into. So this is number one. Number two is talking to the employees of that company. You might have seniors, super seniors, you might have alums, you might have friends of friends who know some people over there. Make sure that you reach out to the alumni or the current employees of that company and ask them कि कौन से projects चल रहे हैं, what are the different, even if you can't tell me exactly what is going on, I understand they will not be able to tell you exactly what is going on, but some rough idea of the kind of projects that are going on, of the different kind of initiatives that they are working on. The more you do research on the company, the more you know about the kind of work that they are doing, the more you will be able to impress the recruiter that this is what is happening. I know this is happening. I'm capable of being an integral and useful part of this team. And that is why I should be hired by your company. So, why should we hire you? Is speaks to more of your ability to do thorough research on the company as well as the kind of roles you might be put to. You have seniors who might have gotten selected for the same company last year. Reach out to your seniors, ask them, आपने उस एक साल में कितने projects किए? What did those projects consist of? Is there anything specific that I should know about it? Can I do something more to ensure that I fit in into these kind of teams? The more you research, the better your answer will go.